What's going on there, friends? My name is M23, and welcome back to another episode of the 100 Line Last Defense Academy for the Nintendo Switch. We're off last time. We fought off another wave of invaders. Shouma has finally gained the courage to join along with the fight with us. And now we have two more people in the academy who have yet to join us as well. And that way we have a full defense team. Will it happen? Well, we got 55 more days left for it to happen. Surely the time will come for this too. So let's go ahead and make our way to the cafeteria. So go ahead and make your way to the right as per usual. Kako's out over here. Hey Kako, aren't you on your own today? You might not realize it, but I was watching yesterday's battle on the monitor in the war room. You were? You were also amazing, the way you come together to take down the enemy. Even Shouma got over his fear enough to help out, and he turned out to be really strong. I wish I could be like that too. Huh? Kako wandered off in the direction of the cafeteria, a thoughtful expression on her face. Is she finally considering? Didn't really look so hopeful, but, you know, it is a thought. Alright, in the hallway as per usual. I thought I saw somebody up there, but I was imagining things. When I entered the cafeteria, I was greeted by a rare sight. Everyone was there, and they weren't even arguing. Good morning, Takumi. Morning. Everyone's here today, huh? Yes, well, we gotta settle our bet and make these losers do whatever we say. Do we really have to go through with this? We basically buried the hatchet yesterday. No, nuh-uh. A bet's a bet. A promise a promise. I'll never accept these guys if they can't keep their word. If only Gaku could show that kind of determination for more important stuff. It's gotta be Shouma who makes the call, though. He's the one who fought the duel, and he was basically the MVP of the battle yesterday, too. It really has to come down to me? Dang right, you've earned this, man. You fought, you won. Now you gotta claim what's yours. Alright, I've thought of something. Whatever it is, we'll do it. In order to the losing group, I wonder what he's come up with. Oh boy. We have to do anything, sir. Shouma says, does anything include acts of indecency? Knowing Shouma, it probably won't be that. You got nothing to worry about. I'm ready for whatever Shouma throws at us. My family trained me to be resistant to torture. I was hoping you'd all forget about this. At this rate, I'm sure to disgrace the Uzuzuki name. I suppose we did promise. It's only right we accept the responsibility. This was Shuma's victory. Let him have his moment. I didn't really care about this punishment anymore. The last thing I want is for those guys to be mad at us again. I hope he makes them play an escape game where the losers die horribly. Maybe give them a time limit too. 9 hours to find the door with the number 9 on it. Of course, that's your imagination. Do we really have to go through with this bet? I thought we settled our differences already. A bet's a bet, a promise. I'll never accept these guys if they can't keep their word. I wish I could be the one who decides what punishment to give them, but I guess Shouma earned this. You were also cool yesterday. I wish I could be like that. Huh? I wonder what kind of punishment Mr. Gonzaki thought of. Well, as long as it doesn't affect me or my dear sister, I don't really care. You only care about her, man. Like, come on, open up a little. This is it, Shouma. What are you gonna tell them to do? Okay, here goes. Hey, I know you must be mad at us and everything, but if I'd won, I was never actually gonna hold you. You stay out of this, you'll get yours soon enough. Go for it, almighty and powerful Shouma, do your worst.
I want you all to be our friends.
Okay, that's pretty good. I like that deal. You know how weak I am and how much I hate conflict. I can't stand how tense things have been between our two groups. I'd be a lot happier if we all got along. It doesn't matter who was here first or what campus we started out at. Let's just be friends here, now as members of this academy. Anyway, that's the best my single functioning brain cell could come up with. Does that sound alright? That's all you want? I feel like that's something we should be asking you for. Whoa! Shouma, maybe you want to rethink this. I got a whole bunch of ideas you can use. Gaku, he's the one who fought. He's the one who gets to decide. That's right, what Shouma says goes. So much for getting our own back, but it's not like Shouma was ever going to come up with something really bad anyway. Well, there you have it, guys. An order is an order. Sir Shouma! Why are you crying? Such a magnanimous attitude for a victor to take? I'm so moved. From this day forth, we will all be comrades in arms together. So says the holy Jumanji sword. Right, so long as you don't mind being friends with human filth like me.
Huh?
Come on, enough putting yourself down. You're a great guy, Shouma. It'd be an honor to kill you someday. What the hell? What do you say, Kurara? It's not such a bad deal, is it? It's not like I have much of a choice. As an Uzuzuki, my word is my bond. Right, of course. Sounds like we're all in agreement. Unless you have any objections, Gaku? Forget it. Not like I could talk you out of it now. So I guess Gaku is just not one to be friends with them. I guess he still secretly holds a grudge on them, which is fine, I guess. Just so you know, I haven't given up on us participating in a killing game. I'll make it happen someday, of course, but also, no. I'm really glad you weren't the one who got to decide this. And now you guys won't fight anymore, I'm so glad. Right, we still might get into little quarrels now and then, but that's all a part of being friends. From now on, we're all in this together. For the next 50 or so days, at least. Just when it seemed like everything had been resolved, Kurara approached Shouma and the mood turned tense again. What is it? You're really hardcore into this avoid conflict at all costs stuff, huh? That's surprising, coming from someone who would take the blame for eating my curry when you had nothing to do with it. You knew I was lying about that? Of course, I knew the moment you shrugged off my question about its taste with that half-hearted, it was delicious. No one who's tasted Uzuzuki curry can help being overwhelmed with emotion, giving a detailed description of the entire experience when pressed. Wait, it wasn't Shouma? Then who's the real curry thief? Oh, it was Mr. Morocco. I saw the whole thing. No way, I thought I was being careful. If you knew all along, why are you only ratting me out now? You know me, I can't stand to see wicked deeds go unpunished. Hold up, you're the one who got us in this mess, Gaku? Villain! Blackguard! I will slay you where you stand! Whoa, calm down, we're all friends now, remember? So how was it? How was it? Well, you know, it was the most delicious thing I've ever eaten. I never thought anything could taste so amazing. I don't think I can go on living if I never get a chance to taste it again. Maybe I'll make another batch if I feel like it. Huh? I think she forgives you. Looks like you're off the hook, Gaku. I am? I think this calls for a celebration, or at least something to cement our resolve. Everyone, form a circle. We'll each put a hand in the middle, and then do an inspirational cheer, and throw them all at once. What decade are you from, man? Oh, come on, it's not that bad. Now that we've made up, we might as well have a little fun. Right, Takumi? Huh? Oh yeah, sure. A fine idea, Sir Aito. Just the thing to boost our morale. What is this, some corny old sports manga? This is the last time I ever do this, alright? Sorry in advance if you catch anything from me. My hands are probably covered in failure-inducing bacteria. Bruh, dude, you everybody was just praising you, man. Take the praise. Guess there's no cure for low self-esteem, huh? Let's all promise never to give up, no matter how bad it looks. We'll get our killing game someday. Reluctantly, we all got on board with Aito's gesture of teamwork and togetherness. Well, not quite all of us. Kako, Ima, come on, you should get in on this too. I know it's kind of lame, but it'll only be for a minute. Just put up with it until then, okay? Sorry, but I find team building exercises like this absolutely sickening. My dear sister and I will sit this one out. You little... Oh, don't worry, we'll find other ways to amuse ourselves. Feel free to embarrass yourselves without us. We'll be going now. I said we'll be going now. Come on, sister dearest. Okay. Shining the group, Ima and Kako left. We couldn't help feeling a little deflated after that. What is the matter with those two? Why do they cringe away from us so? You're the one who's cringe here. Oh my god! I can't believe what I am hearing. Oh my gosh! We'll just have to go ahead with the members we do have.
Alright, here we go. Special Defense Unit, fight! Special Defense Unit, fight!
Special Defense Unit!
Fight!
Fight!
Special Defense Unit, fight!
How many times are we going to do this?
And so the whole group, minus the Tsukumo twins, cheered at the top of our lungs and made a vow to work together from here on out. Of course, that didn't mean we wanted to spend every waking moment together. After finishing breakfast, we headed back to our rooms for a while. No more infighting. That went better than I could possibly hope for. Even more surprising, it's all thanks to Shouma, who'd have thought he'd become such a team player. Alright then, what should I do for the rest of the day? I've got plenty of spare time, I may as well use it. New VR training missions have been unlocked. Oh, nice. So here's Shouma here in the restroom. Let's go ahead and talk to him. Shouma, why are you so out of breath? Are you feeling okay? Yeah, I was just cleaning the restroom. I was fighting a stubborn stain, and I ended up completely drenched in sweat. Have you been the one cleaning the restrooms? Yeah, cleaning toilets is a job for a nobody, so I figured it only makes sense that I do it, as someone at the absolute bottom layer of society. Come on, that's not right. We should all pitch in. It's okay, this is the only way I'll be of any use to you. Besides, the restroom is a fitting place for a turd like me to end my days. I made a vow to myself to help out with cleaning the restroom starting today. After spending some time together, you understand Shouma better now. Okay.
At ease, soldiers. It's time to hit the hay. You never know when the invaders might attack, so rest up while you still can. Well then, good night.
Looks like another day's over. There's nothing to do here at night. I'll just go to bed and rest up for tomorrow. And so our 45th day at Last Defense Academy ended without incident.
Up and at 'em, troops! Time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 46th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy.
Right after the morning announcement ended, another sound echoed through my room. The doorbell. Huh? Who could need to talk to me this early? Okay, what's going on? Not really expecting anything, I opened the door. I got a shock when I saw who was there, though. Good morning, do you have a minute? Morning, sure, come on in. I did my best to act like I would if I were welcoming any other friend into my room, but it wasn't convincing. I was so nervous around her, even more so now that we were alone. Now that we've cleared everything up between our two groups, I can tell you about this with a clear conscience. It's time you knew about World Death. According to the information Nigo shared with us, World Death was the catalyst for this entire war. This is the thing that started it all? Well, more than that, it's also the reason humanity is now confined to the Tokyo residential complex. World Death has decimated the human population and forced the survivors to take shelter underground. You'll really tell me? That's great, it's been on my mind for a while now. We're gonna tell everyone together. When you're ready, come meet us in the war room. The war room? Okay, I'll be right there. And one more thing. You said you knew someone who looks just like me. Could you tell me a little about her sometime? If it's okay with you, I mean. Flashing a gentle smile, Nozomi left the room. I never thought she'd be the one to make the first move. I'm glad she did, though. I was way too nervous to bring it up. Someone who looks just like her. I don't know if that's the way I'd put it, but... No, first things first, I should head over to the war room and hear what they have to say. Oh man, this is the time. I was wondering when the time would eventually come where we actually tell Nozomi about Kara. Alright, to the war room we go. Kako's out here again. Hi, Kaku. What are you doing out here on your own? I was thinking, is it okay for me to carry on like this? Even Shouma found the courage to change for the better. I wish I could be more like the rest of you, fighting to protect the people I love. Are you sure you're alright? Kako walked away, heading for the war room with a profoundly thoughtful expression on her face. I really think she's willing to give herself to fight with us. But the thing is like, she's so fixated on doing whatever Ima wants her to do. And so because of that, like, Kako is so conflicted. And that's one of the reasons why, so far in this game, those two characters piss me off. Alright, looks like everyone's here. Yes, indeed. All the dull-eyed simpletons with no refinement, no social standing, and no future, all gathered together in one place. The future is an unwritten book. I could still make something of myself. Anyway, let me cut right to the chase. We called you all here to talk about world death. You said before that it was the cause this war between us and the invaders. What is it exactly? We'll tell you everything that Nigo told us. It's a long story, but bear with us, okay? That's your cue, Kiyoshika.
Huh?
What, me? But I haven't prepared anything. You're in charge of explanations. It's what you're good at. Explanations and exhibitionism. You're a double threat. I am not taking my clothes off. Okay, taking your clothes off has nothing to do with what she just said. Don't worry, I'll take the lead here. Nozomi has finally agreed to tell us about world death. We should let her speak. Okay, here we go. Before I start, there's some terminology we need to get straight. Back in the Tokyo residential complex, did you ever hear about something called Planet Earth? Yes? That's what we're in, right? Are we not on Earth? I've heard of it, sure. I can't say I know very much about it, though. Same here. From what I read in library books back home, it's where humanity used to live, right? Wait, are we not on Earth? Are we not on Earth? They mention it in old manga sometimes too. It's supposed to be really huge, like hundreds of times bigger than the complex. I think that's about all any of us know. They kind of skimmed over the subject in school. Humanity once lived all over planet Earth. The population was in billions. And they don't live under a giant ceiling either. They had an open sky, just like the one here. Billions? That many? But then a phenomenon that came to be known as world death changed everything. Earth was no longer able to support life like it once had, and the population began to decline rapidly. To combat this, giant underground shelters were constructed to house the survivors before humanity died out completely. Underground shelters? You mean... Yes, that's what the place where we grew up really is. The Tokyo residential complex is a colossal shelter hidden deep beneath the Earth's surface. A shelter? The whole thing? All this happened a long time ago, so even Nigo wasn't sure how accurate this information is anymore. But so far, as we know, our community in the Tokyo residential complex is the last of humanity, and has been for hundreds of years now. Wow, we're really getting a history lesson today, huh? I never even knew there was a time before the TRC. And world death is what forced everyone down there? Just what kind of phenomenon is it? Essentially, the planet began killing itself? It did what? According to Nigo, the Earth has a life of its own, and while it's not quite like ours, it has its own will too. When the planet decided to end its life, numerous natural disasters started occurring all around the world. That was world death. The planet tried to kill itself? It can do that? But what drove Earth to do that to itself? Remember how we said the human population was in the billions? Well, they all needed somewhere to live. They developed and cultivated the world around them as they saw fit, not really giving a crap about the long-term consequences. Pretty soon, they were draining the planet's resources faster than it could replenish them. Not to mention the many wars humanity fought against each other. Some of them were so bad, they left the Earth permanently scarred. It couldn't put up with that kind of abuse forever. Something had to give. I'm not surprised. Leeching off someone else without ever giving anything back and abusing them on top of that sounds like my scumbag brother. They didn't realize the planet had a mind of its own, but they should have known better. Humanity continued to propagate, willfully ignorant of the damage they were doing. Of course, the Earth wasn't completely powerless. It showed its resistance with earthquakes, tsunamis, wildfires, volcanic eruptions, stuff like that. But no one recognized those disasters for what they were. They ignored the warning signs and just kept on keeping on. Right, just like how we ignored all the eviction notices and restraining orders and doubled down on the violence. You're making it really hard for us to ignore you. Finally, Earth reached its breaking point and shut himself up in his room to wallow in self-loathing and play gory anime games all day. Okay, you're not really helping this story. You can tell us your twisted family history later. Just shut up for a minute. As I was saying, Earth turned up to its last resort to kill itself and take mankind out with it. You gotta admit, World Death is a pretty fitting name. So the planet dying, the planet choosing to kill itself, was humanity's fault? Not a pleasant thought, is it? The Earth must have really hated us by then. It's kind of hard to imagine the kind of overwhelming despair that would make something to do that. Once a world death began, there was no stopping it. The environment became barren, hostile, billions of lives were lost. The only reason humanity didn't go extinct is because a handful of communities were able to escape into the shelters. Like the Tokyo residential complex. Have you ever wondered where the name comes from? Most of the people in the complex are descended from residents of Tokyo, a metropolis that stood on the surface hundreds of years ago. Of course, it's been so long that no one remembers what kind of place it was, or why it was called that. It's a city in Japan. Pretty simple, but I guess these guys wouldn't know that. Whole generations have lived their lives without any awareness of the world outside the complex. Us included, naturally. By the time we were born, humanity had already been living underground for centuries. Until we were brought here, the complex, the shelter, was our entire world. Man, so I guess I'm assuming this game takes place like hundreds of years after the events of where we live right now. We ain't in the complex anymore, so you're saying this is what the surface looks like right now?
Yes. This is what Earth became after it was ravaged by world death. This is the land where our ancestors lived. You can see now why they had to go underground.
For real? If it's that bad, should we even be here? Shouldn't we go back to the complex and... The complex isn't necessarily any safer and not anymore. What do you mean? The TRC's days are numbered. The whole place is gonna collapse soon. What? Why? How? World death is still going on. It won't end until all life on Earth is extinguished. It's only a matter of time until our little pocket of humanity runs out of resources and finally gives up the ghost. No way! There's just one thing that can save humanity from the effects of world death and give everyone a brighter future. And that's whatever is in the defense serum of this academy, or so Nigo said. It can save us from world death? But what is it? What is this school here to protect? Perchance, it's a set of mystical artifacts that grant a single wish when brought together. Or maybe it's just one, and we'll have to set out on a journey across the universe to collect the others? A grand tour, if you will. What, you think you can just ask the Eternal Dragon to bring everyone back? Get with the program, Grandma! It's all about permadeath these days. Once you're gone, you're gone! Nay, morbid stories where everyone dies are even more out of date. In trying times, people need something more uplifting. Can you two have this discussion somewhere else? Unfortunately, Nigo didn't have clearance to actually tell us what's in the defense room. Said it had to remain secret so the enemy couldn't get wind of it. But there was one thing he was very clear on. Whatever this thing is, it's humanity's last hope. That sounds ominous. And we're fairly certain something is going to happen on our 100th day here. Something's going to activate or awaken or something. At any rate, that's what will deliver humanity from world death. We'll be able to live and thrive on the surface again. All we have to do is make it to day 100. Nozomi said it's our last hope, but last chance might be more appropriate. If we mess up, mankind is done for. Our last chance. And the invaders are trying to stop this world-saving event from happening? Yeah, the invaders are another thing we didn't get that many details on. But judging by what we have been told, we've come to a conclusion of our own. The invaders are world death itself. Like something summoned by a curse? The Earth must have given birth to them to further advance world death and the eradication of all life on the planet. You've seen the way they fight, it's not such a stretch, is it? And it would explain why they're so fixated on destroying the school. So they're not actually an invading force so much as manifestations of the planet's will? Then the Earth itself is the final boss here? How are we supposed to deal with that? Things have gotten really heavy. Sorry, I started getting nervous again. Now do you see why it's so important that we protect whatever's in the defense room from the invaders? We haven't been exaggerating. Humanity's future really does depend on this. The hopes and dreams of all mankind rests on our shoulders. We can't let them down. If we lose here, it's all over. So that's how it is. There you have it, a comprehensive summary of the situation. This is why we must strive for nothing less than total victory. Why are you looking so pleased with yourself? You didn't contribute to that comprehensive summary at all, you glory-hogging chowderhead. Forgive me, that was never my intent. If you want forgiveness, strip down and bear your contrition for all to see, but leave those ridiculous sneakers on. You'll look even more exposed that way. Why this sudden fixation on me getting naked, Lady Carrara? If everything you've told us is true, then yes, we do understand now. We finally know what this war is all about and how important it is. Better late than never, I guess. It explains the difference in the two groups' attitude as well. It's no wonder Nozomi and the others have such a strong sense of duty. Us, on the other hand, Siri was killed before we could hear about any of this. We've just been fighting for our own reasons, in our own disorganized way. Dang, I wish we'd noticed sooner. I'm more fired up than ever now. Fighting to save people, that's one thing, but saving all of humanity? That's on a whole nother level. If we pull this off, we'll be heroes. We'll probably get a reward and everything. I mean, if we save all of mankind from destruction, no one's gonna begrudge us in a couple million yen here or there, right? I knew whatever was going on here was serious, but I never thought it'd be this bad. I might have been better off not knowing. I still think the people in charge are crazy for sending an unremarkable nematode like me, but since I'm here, I guess I should give it my all too. Don't worry, so long as we work together, we can overcome anything, even world death. Everyone's sounding a lot more motivated now. We're still missing a lot of details, but it's enough for us to start presenting a more united front. This doesn't feel like some random war we were forced into anymore. It's so much more than that. Okay, so some of us are taking it better than others. It is a lot to take in after all. Sorry to have to be the fly in your ointment, but I still have some reservations. Now more than ever, I have to wonder, if this mission is so important, why entrust it to a bunch of random teenagers? I'm sorry, I can't answer that. Nigo didn't seem to know anything about the selection process. Maybe there's a clue in the dreams Shuma's been having? The ones about us being experimented on in that place? Kamakura General Hospital, was it? Interesting idea. Too bad it's not really enough to go on. I'm sorry, my peanut kernel of a brain can only handle so much. What you think, Ima, Kako? Does all this make you want to fight like the rest of us? Us? Fight? Yeah, humanity's future is on the line, you know? Mr. Yakushiji, I think you need to get your hearing checked. I've already made my position quite clear. I don't care about humanity. I don't care what happens to the complex or to the planet for that matter. We've no real reason to get involved, so we'll just leave the fighting to you. Isn't that right, Sister Dearest? But if it's to defend all of mankind, then... See, my Sister Dearest agrees. No, she didn't. Let the girl talk for herself, man. If that's all, we'll be leaving now. I haven't had breakfast yet, and I'm positively famished. Good luck with the whole saving the world thing, everyone. Nonchalant as ever, Ima turned and left, dragging Kako along behind him. Okay, something's seriously wrong with the Wonder Twins over there. How can they remain so detached from everything? They're like two self-obsessed peas in a pod. Still cute, though. Do young people today have no notion of social responsibility? But fear not, the holy Jumanji sword and I will beat some sense into them. Leave them, Kiyoshika. Trying to force them will only push them away further. That's just the way they are. There's not a lot we can do about it. You okay, Aito? I'll be fine. This long discussion is starting to take its toll on me, that's all. We have been talking for a while now. Maybe we should end the meeting here and give everyone some time to process this information. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. She'll probably short circuit if she has to listen to any more. Everyone else seemed to agree with the sentiment, so we decided to go back to our rooms for the time being.